Today I'm going to show you how to ask and answer 30 everyday English questions whilst having a lovely British picnic. Enjoy. All over my laptop, nice. Question number 1. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. The sun is out, I'm having a picnic, so can't really complain, to be honest with you. Question 2. Have you been up to much today? Oh, the usual stuff. I woke up, went to the shop, bought some picnic supplies, came home, prepared the picnic, and here we are. Question number 3. I need to eat. Cool. So what do we have for today's picnic then? I'm very glad you asked. So let me give you a quick tour. So firstly, we have the sandwiches, of course. Then we have some olives in a little green cardboard bowl thing. We then have some crisps in another cardboard bowl, some strawberries, these are essential to any British picnic, some beer of course, some Prosecco, some chocolate digestives. I managed to find McVitie's, which are very authentic, as you can see from the GB flag there. Some Haribo, this weird thing, not really too sure what this is, but I thought it looked quite picnicky, so I decided to get it. Some Scottish shortbread and some cheese strings. And if you know about cheese strings, then well, you really are British. And of course, no picnic would be complete without the blanket. Question number 4. How often do you cook? Well, breakfast, of course, every morning I tend to have the same thing. Oats, protein powder, chopped up bananas and milk. I don't know if you can call that cooking, but to me it is kind of cooking. For lunch, I normally go out and have some, sushi or something like that. And for dinner, I cook every night and I have chicken salad. Yeah, so 2 kind of fake meals a day, but still cooking nonetheless. And of course I cooked this picnic up, right? This counts as cooking. Are you watching anything good on Netflix at the moment? I'm not really a Netflixer, to be honest. I don't actually think I have an account. I love olives so much. I probably prefer green olives, but there is definitely a time and a place for black olives as well. Yeah, I don't really watch Netflix. I normally watch YouTube, or if I were to watch some Netflix, I'd rewatch something I've already seen. So I like comedies, and if I were to watch something on Netflix, it would probably be Peep Show. And Peep Show is a very good British comedy, so I definitely recommend watching that. It's actually free. If you live in the UK, you can go on BBC iPlayer, and if not, you'll be able to find it on Netflix. Cool. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm seeing some great vocabulary pop up on the screen. How will I remember it all? That is a really good question. Luckily, all of the vocab that you see popping up on the screen will be included in a completely free PDF, and the link to that is in the top comment. Enjoy. Do you think England is a hard place to live in? These sandwiches are so good, very authentic. Ham, brown bread, cucumber, mayo. There are ants everywhere though. Oh well. Do I think England is a good place to live? Yeah, I do. There are some pros and cons though. So firstly, you kind of have to know English, and unfortunately, being okay at English isn't really as appreciated as it should be. So for example, if you come to another country, like if you went to Spain or Argentina and you spoke a bit of Spanish, they would give you a lot of praise and you would get the recognition you deserve for actually going out of your way to learn the second language. The same with pretty much any other language apart from French, obviously, but any other language apart from French and English. So even though it's extremely hard to learn English, if you come to the UK and your English is passable, not enough people will congratulate you on that and give you the praise you deserve for actually learning a hard language. So you have to learn English. Really, you need to be somewhat competent in speaking English, but you won't really get the praise you deserve for doing so. So that's one thing. Sorry about that. But British people are polite, so we are nice. You do see some negative things on social media about the UK. It's so depressing. I think part of that is the weather. The weather is quite bad, but when it is sunny, everyone is in such a brilliant mood. And in general, British people are really nice. So I wouldn't worry about that. Can be quite expensive, but if you get a job in the UK, then that's fine. It kind of compensates for that. And of course, it does depend on where you live. Oh my God. Strawberries, so nice. But in general, I don't think it's that hard to live in the UK. I think once you get settled, we'll talk a bit later on about how to meet people, but there are a reason that so many people move to the UK. It's a nice place to live. Very nice air quality, that's one thing I will say, and loads of parks. So I'm in Japan at the moment, and it was an ordeal trying to find a park where I could film this video. I'm actually back at the Deer Park, which just goes to show how few parks there are in Japan. I had to come all the way back here, but it's all good. You won't have that problem in England. Do you like traveling? Yes, of course I do. Have you been to Japan before? So I've been to Japan 2 times before this. This is my 3rd time. The first time was just in Tokyo for like 5 days, so I didn't really get a proper feel for it. The second time was for 2 months. This was about 2 years ago. But this is the first time that I've kind of lived here. So I've been here for 3 months in the same place. So I'm guessing it's a different experience, right? So yeah, I do like it here. I know it's very boring because a lot of people go to Japan and talk about Japan, how amazing it is, all this stuff, how bad it is. Normally the former, to be honest. So I'm not gonna this isn't like a Japanese video, okay? This is a British picnic video, but I like it here, so yeah. Where will you go to next? Sorry, these Asahis are doing their job. 1 second. So I really want to go to Kazakhstan after this. Not really too sure why. It's a very different vibe. The nature there is beautiful. Is that sweat? I'm actually sweating already. Is it hot in Kazakhstan? Am I going to be okay? It's hot here, but I fear that Kazakhstan may be even hotter. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to go there. I also love the accent. You can see a deer there. There you are. A wild deer. You don't get that in England. So yeah, Kazakhstan. There'll be I'll be able to get some good content in Kazakhstan as well. A lot of interesting adventures and walk and talks and newsletters and stuff like that. So it's for the best. Ow. What is your favorite place that you've been to? So I'd say maybe Buenos Aires. Amazing food, good vibes, good nature, just a really nice city. Argentinian people are so nice as well. Vancouver, I loved Vancouver. I was only there for like 5 days, so I can't really, it's hard to say what it's like living there, but I had such a good time there. The nature is stunning, and they also have, I think Vancouver has there's an incredible butterfly there. Has a great mix of nature and like city life stuff going on. And Osaka. I like Osaka a lot. The only thing I'd say about Osaka is there isn't much nature in Osaka. So you have to travel for about an hour and a half to get to places like this, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. I think British people are spoiled when it comes to nature because we have these parks everywhere and they're so nice as well. Okay. What do you miss about England? The parks, for one, definitely. Watching football, because you can watch football here, but the time difference makes it a bit awkward. The ants are coming. Yeah, the time difference makes it slightly awkward because the games tend to kick off at about 8 o'clock or midnight or like 4 a.m. There's a game at 4 a.m. tonight. How am I going to deal with that? I need to watch it as well. It's a big game, so I can either stay up and drink and then just write off the next day, or I can like wake up really early tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. and watch it. I'll probably do that. Probably. Cups of tea. Yeah, I know you can get them in other parts of the world, but they're just not really the same as they are in England. Being in an English-speaking country is very nice, of course. And just the beautiful British weather. That was a joke, by the way. What's something you're trying to improve right now? Let's talk about the picnic. Unrelated, but I put in a lot of effort to get this together. Oh, I've just realised these cardboard bowls, I bought 2 of them, but they actually come in packs of 5. So we have 10 of them. 10 for 2. Okay, fair enough. Olives, so nice. Sandwiches are nearly done. So if you're wondering what these are called cheese strings. And obviously they're like the Japanese version, but we have them in the UK. They're very popular in the UK. Mainly amongst like kids. It's what you'd have in like a packed lunch in primary school, but they're basically just like fake plastic cheese. But the fun is that you peel them and you can eat them like this. Or you can do this. And this is what you used to do in school. I wasn't actually allowed these when I was a kid, so I watched other people. I had the strictest parents when it came to food and diet and stuff like that. That's why I'm eating them now. They taste exactly the same as the English ones. Cheese strings, man. So these are just chocolate biscuits. And they're completely melted under the sun, obviously. Didn't really think that one through. And yeah, back to the question. Something I'm trying to improve. Skating. So if you've been following my recent videos, you know that I started skating again. And I'm trying to get better. I'm also trying to learn again. Not anything in particular, but just getting into the habit of learning something. I've just stopped learning. I feel like when people get to a certain age, obviously you can't really relate to this, because if you're watching this, you're learning English, but for most people, we just stop learning. We stop reading. We stop trying to figure out new things. We just live life. So I'm trying to learn again. Dedicating half an hour a day just to learning. The deer is back.
Very quickly, if you would like to practice your English with me, then I've just opened up a few spots in my private community. So here we will have 3 live calls together every single week, and you will also get exclusive access to over 50 accent training lessons as soon as you sign up. So the link to that is in the top comment, but there are just a few spots available, so don't wait. Okay, back to the picnic.
What would you change about your daily routine? Putting in contact lenses, such a pain in the ass. I'm genuinely considering getting laser eye surgery because I just can't be bothered to put them in, go to the gym, take them out, shower, put them back in, then take them out at night again. It's terrible. So much effort. Just like poking at my eyeballs, you know? It's not good. What's something you've learned recently? So everyone's very different. Like genetically, how they were brought up, everyone is very different. So just because someone says that something works for them doesn't mean it will work for you or is best for you. For example, let's say someone tells you to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and have a cold shower and do 2 hours of work before starting the day. That might be good for them, but with your genetic makeup and how you were brought up and your goals and stuff like that, it might not be the best option for you. So everyone is different, so just bear that in mind. Of course, there are some things that are fundamentally beneficial for everyone's life. So eating healthy food, this is a bad example, but eating healthy food and exercising, doesn't matter what your genetics are or what your upbringing was like, but those things are going to improve your life. But just the small specific details, even if it's someone you admire who tells you to go to sleep at this time, wake up at this time, just because it works for them doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right thing for you to do. You need to experiment and see what's best for you, you know? How's the food? It's good. It's good. I was walking around this area for about half an hour trying to find somewhere that wasn't A, covered in ants, and B, covered in deer excrement. And I finally settled on this place. No idea how it's going to look, but if you're watching this, then it means I've deemed it good enough for my YouTube channel. What does a perfect day look like for you? So I'd wake up. That's always a good way to start a day. Probably go to the gym just because I feel good afterwards. Have a full English breakfast, not like a huge one, but a small, high quality one. And then a pain au chocolat and an oat milk latte with a view somewhere. Probably alone, but I could be with someone else. Go shopping or something, buy some nice perfume, maybe some clothes. Have lunch out somewhere, play some football in the afternoon with my friends and have a picnic and eat nice food and have some beers and stuff like that. Then in the night, I don't know, maybe meet someone special or go to a bar or something like that. But I love barbecue so much. That's something I miss about the UK. We know how to throw a good barbecue. Do you think you're more introverted or extroverted? These crisps are so nice. Sorry, I got distracted by eating. I think I'm a mix. I think that question is too black and white, you know. I think people are not just introverted or extroverted. Sometimes they're introverted, sometimes they're extroverted. People are complicated and it depends how they're feeling, what situation they're in, those types of things. For me, I'd say I'm mainly introverted, but sometimes I feel extroverted. So a mix, maybe 70% introverted, 30% extroverted. What's your go-to comfort food? Probably scrambled eggs on toast. Very easy to make. Reminds me of mornings, you know, breakfast. I feel like breakfast is quite a comforting meal. And yeah, I just, that meal has got me through some dark times, you know. Very easy to make, nice, lots of protein, warm. It's the comfort meal. What's a food you hate? Mushrooms. I love the smell of mushrooms, but the taste and the texture, disgusting. I hope one day, because obviously your tastes change as you get a bit older. They become a bit more sophisticated, you know, supposedly. So for example, I didn't really used to like olives. Now I love them. So I hope that I will start to appreciate mushrooms soon, because I love the smell, as I say. What's the weirdest food you've ever tried? Cow tongue. The flavor was nice, but the texture was very tonguey. I was very aware that I was eating a tongue, very chewy and firm. Is that a deer? That might be a deer. What's your favorite drink? So soft drink, or tea and coffee, obviously. Water, boring answer. I quite like Coke Zero, but I can feel that starting to change a bit. I'm getting a bit sick of it. I didn't really used to ever drink it. It's when I went to Argentina, for some reason, I just started drinking loads of Coke Zero. I'm not too sure why. But I can feel myself growing out of that a bit. Maybe I'll move on to something else. And alcoholic, beer, wine, all types of wine, just for different occasions, you know, like with steak you need red wine. On a day like this, some rosé or some white wine would be nice, maybe some of this Prosecco. Yeah. Whiskey, I love whiskey as well. That's probably my go-to. If I was in a bar, I'd get some whiskey. And cocktails, because who doesn't like cocktails? Do you prefer tea or coffee? I like both, to be honest with you. I love coffee though, so I'm probably gonna have to go for that, but tea is a lot more comforting. I've said this many times on my channel before, but if I'm out in a cafe, I just won't order tea because I know how easy it is for me to make it home, unless I'm having some cake, in which case I will get tea, because you need tea with cake. That's just essential. I don't make the rules. Would you try something strange if I gave it to you? Like what? Depends on the smell, I think. If it smelled weird, then probably not, but if it smelled nice, then maybe I'd give it a go. What's your ideal meal? Look at me speaking with food in my mouth. Very ungentlemanlike. Let me have a strawberry. So, I went to Don Julio in Argentina. Yes, I know. Very famous, I'm amazing. And that was probably the nicest meal I've ever had. So loads of delicious sides and starters, a perfectly cooked steak with chips and garlic and tomatoes, red wine and a chocolate dessert. That was probably my I'd say that is my ideal meal, to be honest with you. Do you like your job? Yeah, of course I do. I'm extremely grateful. I mean, you know, it's a Tuesday, I'm in the sun having a picnic and filming. Don't get me wrong, it's not all picnics in the sun, but right now it literally is a picnic in the sun. Can get a bit stressful. There's the constant fear, the constant feeling that I'm not doing enough. This just nagging feeling that I should be doing more and that it's all gonna slip away soon. But apart from that, I think that just comes with being self-employed, to be honest. Apart from that, yeah, I love it. I mean, I get to help people, and I've met many people in the community now through one-to-one calls and private lessons and community calls that I also have. And I mean, you guys are amazing, honestly. Interesting people from all around the world. I'm extremely grateful for all of you, so thank you. Best way to meet people in the UK? I'd say language exchanges are good, because not only will you get to practice your English, but you'll also meet people who are interested in your culture and your language, and they're also quite easy to find. In cities, obviously, it's going to be easier to find. I don't even really like Haribo, but I like the white ones, the gummy ones. And they feel very British as well. That's why I bought them. Anyway, in big cities, it's going to be very easy to find language exchanges, but even in smaller ones, you depending on the language, I don't think in Stoke you're going to be able to find an Uzbek language exchange, I'm afraid. But in London, you can find pretty much anything, or in Manchester, in Bristol, those types of places. Also, sports events, so playing football or badminton or paddle or something like that. Run clubs, absolutely. There's a good website called meetup.com. That's a good way to find local events and stuff like that. So that's obviously, you know, a good way to meet people. And I think this is underrated, just becoming like a regular in a cafe. Soon you'll start speaking to the barista, maybe other regulars in there. So that's a good one if you work remotely, or even if you don't, just like going for a morning coffee in the same place or every weekend, that type of thing. Do you have any tattoos? No, not yet, but I am going to get one soon. And whenever I say that to people, they always say the same thing. It's a very rational question. Like, are you not going to regret getting a tattoo? Make sure it's something that you won't regret having on your body for the rest of your life. That's a very valid question. However, it's impossible to know what you're going to regret in like 10, 20, 30 years time. So I've come to the conclusion that as long as the remaining years of my life, as long as the majority of those years are spent with me not regretting the tattoo, then I think it's a win. So let's say I'm around for 50 more years. As long as the majority of those years, 26 of those years, I like the tattoo, then I'm happy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this rather unique video. If you have, please make sure to like, subscribe and comment down below, and of course make sure to check out the free PDF for all of the vocabulary that popped up on the screen. The link is in the top comment. If you would like to see me explore this deer park, I mean there are deer right there, then I would recommend watching this video right here. Okay, because this is a vlog of me exploring it, and I also teach some English there as well. Okay, I post new videos every Friday, so I'll see you again soon. Cheers, goodbye.